Hello Internet, my name is Bobo. Do you ever have that one show that you remember, but after a while it just vanishes and you don't know if it was real or not? Well, for me, that was Iron Man Armored Adventures. This show played on Nicktoons and I thought it was pretty good. It kept me interested in between Iron Man movies and had a really good theme song. It also had this really jank animation style, and looking back, it didn't age the best, but I wouldn't change it. This show is great, so I wanted something on my shelf to represent it. I still need something on my shelf to represent it. Today we're looking at the Marvel Legends Retro Iron Man Model 20. I have not seen the 90s TV show this wave is inspired by, but this doesn't seem to be from that, so it doesn't matter. It's just cool packaging. While I find the retro cards to be unreasonably big, they are really fun. It's cool to have unique packaging versus the standard boxes, and it's cool to see something I wasn't alive for. Sorry if I made anyone feel really old. The figure itself is the Model 20 from some comic I haven't read, and not really accurate to the show I like, so why'd I get it? I just think it looks really cool. I'm not a comic reader, I'm very much a TV show and movie watcher, but I like how a lot of older comic designs feel very G1 Transformers. It's got this simple charm to it, and the bright colors make it feel like you're holding the comic art. This figure feels like a blend of an older comic look with some modern design elements, and then given the MCU metallic armor look. Normally I'm not a big fan of the marbleized plastic, sometimes I think it can look really cheap, but here it works really well. The shiny, more metallic look gives it a more realistic flair for a comic-style suit. So it just blends a lot of different things I like together to make a suit that, while I have no real attachment to, it just looks really cool. Going back to the marbleized plastic for a second, while I'm not always a fan, it does have another advantage here. I have an issue where I keep accidentally forcing joints past their limit and causing a bit of damage, usually denting the figure. Here I made that same mistake, but due to the swirls already there, it doesn't really stand out at all and just blends in. Weird pro, but I'll take it. The paint once again is great, and the color matching is basically perfect. The red for the torso is painted on, and I can't really tell the difference. I'm just worried that since the top part of the torso is on a ball joint, when posing it might scratch the paint, but so far, it's fine. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. The head sculpt on this guy is great. This isn't an MCU suit, but the helmet feels like a perfected version of one of those paint-wise. It feels like there's always something missing with most of those helmets, but not this one. Whatever you're doing here, do it on those two and they'd basically be perfect. Now for accessories, you get 2 fists and 2 open hands. You can then plug in some blast effects for some shooting or flying. In total, you get 4 blast effects you can plug into the hands or the feet. This allows you to get that full flying look, and it's pretty cool. The only issue is the disc on the hand. It prevents you from being able to have the hand straight up for shooting. You have to bend the whole arm up, and it looks a bit weird in some poses. It's also weird that most of the time you get these pre-posed hands with no hinges for shooting, yet the one time that would make sense they give you a hinge making poses look weird. But for the rest of the articulation, the head can look up and down. The neck is on a joint of some kind, so you can rotate it and have him look up more naturally. Arms rotate and move out. Butterfly joint allowing for some forward and back. Arm swivel. Double jointed arms. Hand can move side to side, but the plate will get in the way. Top part of the torso is on a ball joint, so you can get some rotation. There's some side to side, some forward and back. There is a second torso swivel. Legs kick forward okay, almost full splits. Thigh rotation, double jointed knees. The foot can move forward and back a bit. There is an ankle pivot, but it's very limited. The articulation is alright. Not the best, but far from bad. You get just enough so he can do some cool poses. The important one being the superhero landing, even if it's a bit weird. So how does he look with others? Well, here's Ultimate Captain America, Spider-Woman, Cyclops, and Wolverine. These look great together. Even though all these designs are from different things, it still manages to fit in with all of them. It's like a cartoon that never happened. The closest I'd say is that this looks like a suit from Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, so I can say I'm picking up figures that are close enough to the designs from that show. Even though this isn't my Armored Adventures Iron Man, it's still a really cool Iron Man. 8 out of 10. That may be a bit high if you have a bunch of Iron Mans. I can understand this may not be that special, but for me, it's what I like in an Iron Man, so I'd recommend it. Now all I have to do is hope Hasbro doesn't announce some kind of Iron Man Armored Adventures 15th anniversary wave in some kind of upcoming fan-first stream. But it doesn't seem like we'll be getting one of those anytime soon. I'm scared.